Will ChatGPT hurt the might of Google search? Let's talk about that in the next 5 minutes. First, let's look at how they both function. Google search allows users to access a whole lot of information by indexing and ranking the different websites on the web, and then providing a whole lot of information about the query. While ChatGPT works on a language processing model developed by OpenAI and responds to you in conversational text, giving you an accurate, straightforward answer. So there are two different methods in which they work. The algorithms operate differently. When you ask a simple query on both of them, the first big difference you notice is in Google search you get a whole choice of information, and if you are somebody who's working on building a thesis or different views on the same query, it gives you all those options to go and research. It looks at different websites which have relevance to the query which you asked and presents in the ranking based on relevance. While ChatGPT does a lot of its own AI on the query and presents to you one possible answer, the truth. Now, is it accurate enough for no all the time? It's a different question. But if you're looking for a response to your query which is as accurate as possible, then ChatGPT is the one to go to. But if you're going to write a big notes on a topic, then Google search is the one where you will go to. Now, when you ask questions which are a little out of the way, for example, I asked both of them two questions separately. One was on, do men menstruate? Now these were the answers that it gave. If you notice, the answers it provided in Google search are to me actually very useless, because it said many things, including those which said yes, men do menstruate and things like that. So it just captured things which were on the web without trying to figure out whether it's right or wrong and then present it to you. Whereas ChatGPT came with a very straightforward answer. Or in the case where I asked them, can men get pregnant? Same response. You see the answers that it showed in Google search, fairly crazy. Okay. It's following the method of relevance. So anything on the web which used those words, it just picked up and showed to you. But very unhelpful to me. But in ChatGPT, there's a clear response saying yes or no. Very clear. So one first difference is when you get into these kind of very specific queries and you want a quick, accurate answer, ChatGPT is the one to go to. Or take a very fuzzy question. It's not really database, but very emotional question, and that's what I wanted to check ChatGPT with. The question here I asked was, is love an unwanted emotion for ambitious men? Now this is how Google search responded. And if you see again, there is a lot of responses, a lot of information, but none even vaguely close to my question, because it didn't find something similar on the web. While ChatGPT has a specific answer, whether you agree or no, but there is a very specific, clear answer to my question. That's the difference between the two. So fuzzy questions are also sort of, or the questions which are on the emotional levels are also in a way handled, and I think handled a little better on ChatGPT. The quality of response in terms of whether you agree with the answers or no is a different question, but it gives you specific answers. Question which I thought would be difficult for each of them to answer. And the question I asked was, will ChatGPT impact the might of Google search? Now, if you see Google, when I wrote that, it gave me all kinds of answers without actually answering me. But ChatGPT had a very clear answer on this question. And as you can read, it's very specific and it's not ambiguous. So what's the verdict? First, let's look at some data. Okay, November 22, where the version 3 got launched of ChatGPT, and then it started slowly going up and down for some time. In the last 1.5 months, the traffic on ChatGPT has climbed to almost 3 times the traffic on Google search. Remember, Google search is the king of the search industry. The other big player being Microsoft Bing. Google search claims to be 90% market share of that space. And in the last 1.5-2 months, ChatGPT took the traffic of almost 3 times higher than Google search. That's amazing. So what does it mean? What would happen? Does that mean the end of Google's dominance? There are 2 other things which are happening. One is, there is big money going in at the Google side to come up with this far superior AI-based language processing chat engine. Okay, and Sundar Pichai hinted at the Apprentice Bard, their version of the chat, it claims to be far superior to ChatGPT, to be launched very, very soon. I'm sure they have sort of fast forwarded the launch. On the other side, ChatGPT is struggling to cope with this high traffic. Nowadays, I see that it crashes very often. So it's struggling with that. Unless it starts upgrading its servers and other resources, it's going to really be painful to use it. So in the coming times, there's going to be a lot of exciting things happening on this space. I'm sure Microsoft is doing something on this too right this moment. Whatever happens, whoever wins this battle, we the users are going to be the winners, and our world is rapidly going to change. Let's wait for that. Till next time, stay unstoppable.